Okay, so I am making cold processed soap. I'm using infused honeysuckle grapeseed oil. First, I'm going to put on my gloves, so I'm going to have my protection on, and my glasses. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I have my oils here ready to go, and I am using 5 colors and infused oil. I don't have any fragrance to put in this because I have the fragrance from the honeysuckle from the blossoms in there. So first thing, I'm just going to stir this a little bit because it is room temperature, and it has more solid oil, so it's a bit thick and sludgy, and it might actually, because I have part of my oils separate this time, it might get a bit thick on me. It did with the in-bed stuff. So that is my finely ground oatmeal and my kaolin clay. This is a recipe that does not have any coconut things in it. It's for people who have allergies to coconut oil. So I don't have any coconut in this one. And it has lard and palm, grapeseed oil, sunflower oil, castor oil, and olive oil. It just does not have as much olive oil as the other recipe. But anyway, so next I'm going to go ahead and stick blend this a little bit to get the kaolin clay mixed good. And I'm going to go ahead and add my lye next. And here is my lye. Go. Got that in there. So I am piping on the top of this, but I'm not putting any embeds. I haven't really come up with a good embed that I like for my honeysuckle soap. I don't know how to make little honeysuckle flowers. It would be too thin, and might not work so well. Break off. So I'm not going to stick blend this too much because it's already thick, and that is because my oil is not all the way in there yet. This is my oil that I infused. It's the grapeseed oil. I gathered flowers this summer over and over and over, and soaked it in the grapeseed oil, removed it, squeezed it out, added more until the season was pretty much over with. Although I noticed the honeysuckle blossoms and other blossoms from the spring flowering things kept blooming over the summer more than it should have. But anyway, I gathered it, and when I was done, because I didn't let them dry, I did put it in the freezer. If not, mold would have grown. But I didn't dry the honeysuckle blossoms out. I just, did it with them still being fresh. Then I froze the stuff. And I find that this doesn't always, the scent doesn't stay all the time. So what I do is I make some soap with the fragrance oil in it, and not this one, but another batch, and I cure them together with it. And what that does is it enhances the smell from the natural honeysuckle in the infusion and brings it back. But this time I'm trying another thing. I'm not going to gel this. I'm going to put it in the freezer for an hour and a half, and then it's going in the refrigerator until it's time to take out and cut it tomorrow. So this will not be gelled. I'm going to stir a little bit here with this, and then I'm going to stick blend it some more, and then I'm going to mix the colors and start pouring. I have a little child's bubble wand. It goes to a thing where 3 bubbles can come out of it. They'll be bigger ones. I'm using this end. It's the handle. It might be time for me to get a new stick blender. One that works with the same thing. So I won't have to. Another Better Chef one probably. Because that's the brand I have is Better Chef. So I am not going to stick blend when I mix in the colors. That's all I'm going to do because it's already very thick. And it is probably just because it has that honeysuckle blossom in it. And I don't want it to be too thick. And I'm going to pour it in there. That is a pink color. And I've got my light canary yellow color. I like that it's a light color. I have TKB Trading's light color pink. Or either white. So, start off with this one. Getting in here with the white. And this is titanium oil soluble white. And I've got some water soluble one that I'll start using when I run out of this. I found that this one gives you more problems than the water one. It creates more lumps in it, I suppose. Here, my white. When I put the fragrance oil in it and not the essential oil, I actually don't use titanium dioxide except for maybe with the yellow a little bit. I don't need to. At least with my other recipe I didn't. Because it doesn't really discolor. The fragrance oil for this doesn't discolor. So I stir it up. And not to sit it under my foam. And this is the pink. Get it mixed in there good without getting my stick blender out. And now I'm going to, this is the orange. I've mixed some of the neon with some the TKB's Pearl Pink in it actually. The other pink was a mix of the TKB's Pearl Pink, Tangerine Wow from Brambleberry, and a little bit of Aztec's Fluorescent Magenta. Nice orange color. It's darker than it probably would have been if I didn't have that orange honeysuckle infused oil in it. The infusion from the honeysuckle makes it darker. And this is a goldenrod color. Although I suspect that my the color of the natural soap without the colorant in it with the infused oil in it will probably be almost as dark as this. This just might have a touch more yellow. The next one will be my canary yellow, the lighter color. And this one's the one that has the canary yellow. It's too thick for me really to try to get the stick blender out. I don't want it too thick, and I'm afraid stick blending it anymore would thicken it. I guess that's why floral colors that have some of the natural floral in it probably do accelerate. I don't know if essential oils do or not, but I'm finding this honeysuckle one does. It accelerates, even though it's not fragrance oil. It's just grapeseed oil that I put honeysuckle blossom in. I'm going to get my tall and skinny mold that I have ready to go down here. Now, what color shall I start with? I'll do yellow. Making a mess, as always. Just to see if we can tell the difference. This is the natural color. It has no colorant in it. Just with the infused oil. The red. White. I think I'll do more orange. And basically I'm filling this full, and then I'll pipe the top on. And some yellow. And this is going fast because I do need to try to swirl. I'm almost finished with this no color part to it. Now I can smell the honeysuckle still, so maybe by not gelling it, it'll keep some of it a little bit, but it really helps it to cure between honeysuckle scented soap, which doesn't turn as dark. And I'm going to use all of this color. I'm piping on top for my top, so I don't have to worry about saving any of this. But I'm going to mound it over the top. I'm going to go with the yellow next, which of course I made a mess. Trying to get it off that long spout. Now for the goldenrod color, use all of this. I'm going to go with the white first. Empty all the white. No, I'm going to go with the orange first. I got orange for the top to pipe after I do the swirl. This is kind of like a bubble wand swirl from a kid's toy. I figure that you can use all kinds of things that you can find to suit your imagination to see what kind of a swirl you'll get with that. So I'm using a bubble wand. Thing you blow bubbles with, but I got one that had a bigger handle hole in it. And you also have those that like come in those big sticks. Those make good swirls too. And you know, those go empty and either get thrown out or done something with. So of course I color coded mine. For my no coconut, everything's green except for the measuring spoons for the finely ground oatmeal. That one's red because I already used green. I didn't really plan that. One of these days maybe I'll buy a new green one and switch out the red for the other and have everything color coded properly. Now for the white, and then I'll do my swirl, and then I'll spray the top so it can start setting before I start putting the piping on top. Almost done with this one. And a swirl. Okay, that be what it bees. Now, rubbing alcohol. So this will be my spoon. Kind of lay it like that a little bit, because I don't really want it to take away from the attention of the one that's going to be starred in the top. And here I go with the orange. Okay, and do this one that same way. And here we go with this tip one. I can really smell the honeysuckle, considering that it doesn't have any fragrance oil in it. There we have it. And I'm going to spray it once more and put it to bed. And I am going to be cutting my soap. Now, there are parts of this bottom part that are still just a little bit soft, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it anyway. I am looking forward to seeing what this looks like. Anyway, I've had a very busy day. Wow! Look at that. That one turned out really pretty. I'll push this back here as much as I can. There's the other one. I am almost about ready to send in the last payment for my soap cutter, multi-bar soap cutter that I'm paying on. I was going to try to get something else, but that didn't pan out. I couldn't get a discount, so I'm just going to pay the last $35 on my soap cutter, and in the next couple of days send it in. That. This has all kinds of neat little designs on this soap. And that one right there. I love how these turned out. Normally, I've not had this much success with the colors of my infused oil, but I think I, really worked on the colors this last time. I had, after doing the last one that had a fragrance oil for the regular design, I come up with this particular group of colors that I thought would look pretty in a honeysuckle. Here's this one. This is how soft the soap is. I really don't know if I should have waited to clean this off when I get done. And it might just be because I had it in the refrigerator. There's that one. I'm loving this, how this turned out. These are smaller. I guess I'm going to say bye now. So, bye now.